Thanks for joining me to color. Today we are going to be working on my Color Wednesday blog post for June 15th, 2016. And I actually seen this little cutie over on the CC Designs blog by their D team member Kathy. She had colored her in black and white. So that is what we are going to do today. I will put a link down in the description box to the card kit and all the supplies I used. I would love for you to come shopping with me. And if you have a question, make sure to leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I have already stamped my image on Neenah 80-pound solar white cardstock with Memento Tuxedo black ink. So let's color. For the black and white parts of the image, we're going to use W9, 7, 5, 3, 1, and 00. And then for her cheeks, we're going to use R20 and R00. And then for the hair bow, we're going to use R24, 20, and 30. So we're going to start with our black and white, and I'm going to start with the parts I want to be darkest. So let's do her pants first. I'm going to start with W9. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer here. So I'm going to do my W9 just a little bit. I'm going to use the tip of my pen to go along the top of her skirt, and then a little bit on the back of each leg. So I'm just going to kind of barely dab it on there. And then I'm going to go with W7. So we want to go right along the edge of those last colors. Add some on there. And then W5. And then W3 to fill that in. Okay, then let's go up here and we will do her shirt. So again, let's start with the W9. And I'm going to, let's go, just so I don't color outside the lines, I'm going to go down the back of her shirt like this. Let me turn her again here so I can flick a little bit better. And then we're going to bring this color out just a little bit. And let's give her a little exaggeration there on the back of her shirt. And then we're going to add W7. W5, and then W3. Make sure I get along the edge here so I don't color outside the lines. I'm going to brush backwards and kind of smush those colors together. There's a little bit of a line here, so let me go over it a second time. And maybe swish this way to swish all those together. Okay, that's some dark ones. All right, so now let's do the ruffle here. So for that, I'm going to start with W5. I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. So let's go W5 right along the edge. And a little dab over here on this side. And then we'll add W3. And then W1. And then we'll fill it in with W00. Like that. And then let's work our way down here to these little cuffs on her pants. So that I'm going to start with W3. And let's do a little dab in the center. And then a little dab on the outside. And as long as I got these out, let's go ahead and do our shoes this color too. So let's do a little dab right there, a little dab in the center and on the outside. And then we're going to add W1. and then we'll fill it in with W00. Okay, let's see. Let's do, oh, she's got a little bit of a ruffle on her shirt here too, so let's do that. So again, I'm going to start with W3. I'm going to do a little dab right there in the center, and I'm going to do the underneath side of her shirt that's showing. And then we'll add W1. And then W00. And then she's got a little bit, this is a sleeve, so let's call this a little bit of a, it doesn't really look like her neck. So let's add W1 to this little part of her shirt. Let's call it the collar of her shirt. And then W00, let's fill that in. Then let's go down here and do her feet. So for her feet, I'm going to do W1, and we're going to go right along there, and I want to do a little bit right next to her cuff of her pants, and then let's do a little bit on this side, and then I'm going to fill it in with W00, and then I'm going to take my, no, not that. Let's go up here and do our arms. I don't know what I'm talking about. And we'll go up here and do our arms. So again, I'm going to go do W1. And let's do right in the center of her palm here. And then we're going to go down the edge of her arm. And then for this one, let's do a little bit on the fingers. And then her sleeve. And around the bottom of her hand. And then again, we'll go with W00 to soften that. That. Then let's hop up here and we will do her face. So for the shadowy part, I'm going to do W3. And I'm going to start right here at this little, where her bangs are poking up. I'm going to go from right there, around, over here, do her ear, that. And then we're going to go with W1. So we need to soften this. So I'm going to bring this color in and along her jaw here. Let's go right along this edge first and soften that a little bit. A little bit more. Then I want to bring this color out just a little bit. I'm going to go up to the side of her face there. And then we're going to take W00 to fill it in. So I'm going to brush over that edge of that line, soften that up. Maybe come back in here where there's a little bit of lines, soften that. And then we want to go clear across her face. And then for inside of her mouth, I'm going to do W1. And then we'll do her tongue with some pinks when we get those out. Next, we're going to do her hair. So we're going to start with W9. So let's do this little section. And then we'll do some W7. And then W5. We'll fill that the rest of the way in. And then we'll go back again with W9. And let's start this section. And then we're going to bring it over here. And then we'll do W7. And then W5. And then W3. Okay, and then we'll again grab W9, and let's do W9 up here. A few little streaks away from this little bun thing she's got here, or her bangs that are flipping out, like that. And then let's bring this down so it connects with this. And then we're going to bring some of these stripes around like this. And then maybe a couple that come around like that. I'm going to go with W7. And then let's add a couple to this little whoop-de-doo right here. And then we'll go with W5. And then W3 to fill that in. And you can leave some white in there too if you like. Then again, let's grab W9 and let's go up here and work on her little part, or her top of her hair. So I'm going to make a part right here. Even though there's not one there, I'm going to give her one. And then we're going to pull away from that part. So let's go down like that, and then maybe a few that come around like this. And maybe up here. And then we'll go with W7. And then W5. And then I'm going to use W3 to fill that in. All right, let's go do this side. So again, we're going to go with W7. And let's start with this bottom section. And then W7. And then W5 to fill that in. And then for the next little section, we'll do again W9. W7. W5. I'm going to put a little streaks back in there, so let's grab W9 again and put a few little streaks back in this part. Couldn't see those very well. And then for this top part up here, let's fill in this little back section. And then I want to flick away on her little section right here. And then let's go away from her part. And then we'll do W7. W5. And then W3 to fill that in. Let's switch over to the reds next. So again, for reds, we're going to use our 24, 20, 30, and 00. And I'm going to start with, let's do her tongue first. So let's do our 20. And I'm going to do just the back of her tongue, just a little dab with our 20. And then I'm going to fill it in with our 30. And just to make it a little bit darker, I'm going to do the R20 a second time just to darken that back up. And then for her cheeks, again, we're going to use R20 and R30. So we're going to do R20. Let's do R20 like this. And then soften with R30. And again, I think I'll pinken up just a little bit, so R20 again. That, and then we'll hop up here and do her bow. So I'm going to do R24 first. So I'm going to do R24 right along here, like that. Maybe a little bit in the center knot, and this center knot. And then I'm going to grab R20, and since it's such a huge leap, I'm going to tip to tip it. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of my R24 on my R20, and then I'm going to touch down on top of R24 and pull it out. That looks pretty good. Okay, and then we'll get her a little bit more. Let's do, whoops, let's grab a little bit more than that. And again, we'll pull some of that color into here. And I need a little bit more over here on this side. Okay, we'll put R24 down. And then again, with your R20, you're still going to, I'm going to fill in this little section here. And I'm going to wipe over this just to soften that out just a little bit. And then I'm going to take R30. Go out a little bit more and squish all those together. And then I'll take R00 and just swirl around here on the ends. Make it just a little bit lighter and smush everything down. So there is our little surprise image all colored up with black and white. I think she turned out pretty good for my second whole time of coloring her. So if you would like to see the finished card, you can head over to the blog on June 18th of 2016 and see what I did with her. If you have a question, make sure to leave me a comment. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.